As many of you may know, for the last decade, the number of honeybees has gotten so low that there was almost just a third of them left. This should alarm you. What you may not know is the amount of work honeybees actually do for us. They buzz around collecting and spreading the pollen that grows our food and flowers. For those of you that own farms, I am calling for your attention to help us protect these small insects. The honeybee population, though back on the rise, still cannot survive without our help. There are several things to blame for the decreases in the honeybee population, but mostly we can look to pesticides. Although almost every farmer uses some sort of pesticide to get the best quality as well as the most quantity, the use of neonicotinoid pesticides is very harmful to bees. According to a Science magazine article called "A Common Pesticide Decreases Foraging Success and Survival Rate in Honeybees," it states that these chemicals used in sublethal doses affect a honeybee's cognitive ability, locomotion, and navigational skills. In lethal doses, it will cause paralysis, strokes, and eventually death. These pesticides have not been thoroughly tested and are resulting in a large number of deaths in the honeybee population. Another problem related to the pesticides is that honeybees can't escape them. Even if they aren't in the area when a pesticide is dropped, it gets into the soil and water of the plants, and because the chemicals are water soluble, the plants absorb them as they grow. This means that when a plant grows and produces pollen and nectar that the bees use to make honey and eat, these chemicals are already inside the plants. Our mission is to raise awareness of the harmful effects of these chemicals. To participate, you can call 657-847-6389. Again, that is 657-847-6389 to have your name placed on a petition to demand more testing of these chemicals so they can be distributed and used in the proper amounts. Before ending our show today, we wanted to give you a few tips of small things you can do around your community to protect the bees. One of the first things we could do is find a hive, whether it be rescued from a tree or purchased, and provide the bees a home to come back to. There are other benefits to this, such as being able to harvest your own homegrown honey and knowing that you've done your part to save these creatures. Having a beehive is not a hard job. As long as you live in a place with plenty of plants for the bees to forage, they do all the work. However, we know that farming honeybees isn't everyone's cup of tea. For those of you who want to help in smaller ways, one of the easiest things to do is plant. Honeybees are attracted to flowers that are rich in smell. A study written by Whitehead talks about different tests done to determine which features honeybees like best in flowers. It shows that honeybees are 3 times more attracted to flowers that give off more of a scent. Planting flowers around your home and garden is helpful for many reasons. For example, planting geraniums around your tomatoes will bring more honeybees to your area as well as help keep the rabbits out of your tomato plants. The more flowers you plant, the prettier and fresher your farm will be while calling more honeybees to your area. The reality is that without these bees, we will have to pollinate ourselves. Many places around the world are already having to self-pollinate. This is described in the book A World Without Bees, where the author tells us about a Chinese town that has had to hand-pollinate all their pear trees. It addresses the effects that honeybees have on our lives and what life would look like without them. It's very laborious and tedious. We would suffer if we lost our bees. The world would have to come together to continue the hard work our little fuzzy insect friends do for us so gracefully. The fruits and vegetables that you love so much would be gone without these precious bugs. Our hope is that you will take these matters into consideration as you continue your farm work. Be aware of how you treat your plants and don't forget the big picture. In Kentucky, there are several nonprofits and groups dedicated to helping and spreading awareness about the bee problem. We hope that we have made an impact on your way of thinking, and we hope you can become involved in your community's efforts to save the bees.